Hello, family. So, this video is going to be about January, February, March, and the Ascension symptoms that many people will be experiencing during that time, or maybe have been experiencing. You know that the Ascension symptoms move through people as a wave, so it's not everybody at the same time. So, I'm just going to run through these to keep this video really short and concise. So the symptoms are headaches and migraines. And when you have headaches and migraines, it's really that you're bringing in a lot of new light codes and information. You know, light carries information. And so what happens is the unresolved emotions of the lower energies, right? So when we have unresolved emotions from trauma, they hold a specific pattern in our biofield, and it's a pattern of light. When these new light codes come in, they disrupt and disturb these lower patterns of light, and those lower patterns of light start moving in our field. So you can view it almost as like a clogged drain, right? And so when that stuff starts moving, often it'll move up to the head and create a headache or a migraine, and it's actually unresolved toxic emotions that have been stored in the body, right? Now, everything moves along the spine or gets stuck along the spine. So when things aren't processed, emotions aren't processed, they get stored in the spine and create a spinal blockage, which creates illness and all kinds of different problems in your life too, not just physical body, but in your life, because each of the energy centers rules a different area of your life. So nausea, vomiting, and digestive issues is the second one. So, this is kind of the Ascension flu, right? And this has been ongoing for years, off and on, because when we have these big activations, our body has to purge. So, if you think about it, if we get something toxic or we get a pathogen in our body, we get sick. When we have a pathogen in our energy body, which is a distortion of light, then we get a form of like energetic sickness, right? And that's what's reflected in the world. If you have a lot of challenges, there's an energetic sickness, or there's something in your belief system that really isn't true. It's not working for you, right? So, um, when the body needs to purge, so it's purging the energetics first, and then the physical body has to purge everything that maintained the energetics that the body was in before. So all of your beliefs that are holding lower energies or holding a lower state of being, your body might be literally vomiting the energies of that out. Okay, so not all of these different things have to do with actual physical pathogens, as far as like vomiting and nausea. It can actually be the transition into a new frequency, right? Because when we shift, we change our frequency. So the faster our frequency is going, the higher our vibration is. And the more we have to maintain that higher vibration, the harder it is to maintain the lower one, right? And the lower one is maintained by the set of beliefs and the energetics that we hold in it. Okay, that was kind of lengthy. I said I was going to be concise. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, so the third symptom is the need for downtime and isolation. We are processing so much information right now. It can be very overwhelming, and it can be hard to know what's yours or others when we're starting to shift into this higher awareness of the energies around us, right? So empathy is coming online for a lot of people. They can feel everything around them. So when we get into isolation and downtime, we can process our own feelings. We can feel what is ours versus what's, the people around us. And we can rest, right? A lot of you need to rest badly. And it's challenging to rest right now because there's so much to get done. Now, the fourth symptom I want to talk about is the desire to get things figured out. Now, this can make things really challenging because when you want to figure things out, your mind will start just flipping it around in all different directions, and it can also make you overwhelmed. And when we're jumping around different timelines and we're collapsing old timelines, what you need to get figured out today may not hold relevance for you in the next couple of days. And you can look at it and be like, why was that so important? I figured it out. Well, we're in these timeline completions, which means you are going to have a desire to figure things out, but it's on a greater spiritual level. And so you may find that in your house, you're you're trying to put things into their proper place. You're trying to get organized. You're trying to wrap up all these loose ends. The reason this is such a strong desire is because this is exactly what is happening on a spiritual level, right? We're wrapping up all of these loose ends from old timelines, from inverted AI timelines and inverted grid. Okay, so exhaustion and fatigue is the next symptom. So, that's ongoing as well, and that comes and goes. It's mostly uh, here all the time for a lot of us now, the exhaustion and fatigue. When you're clearing trauma and purging trauma, it's an immense amount of work for the physical body to make these changes on a cellular level. We hold that trauma. The energetics of the trauma is in the cells, right? It's in the biology, but it's in the energy of the biology. So that's clearing out, but that takes a lot of energy. And also, something I need you to know is thinking also burns up physical energy. So when you're thinking a lot, which many of us are in overthinking cycles right now, we're trying to figure everything out, right? We're trying to process all of this stuff coming in, having these epiphanies, moving forward, what to let go of, what beliefs work for me, all of that. Okay, so exhaustion and fatigue. So if you feel like resting, rest. Sometimes you may notice that your eyes get really heavy and will start to hurt, like along the eyelids and such. And that's when your body is really telling you it needs to lay down and do some purging. Okay. So another one is inflammation in the body. This looks like aches and pains. Now, some of these symptoms are not just Ascension symptoms. Some of these are from stuff in the world, right? Whether it's food, things put in food, whether it's frequencies being blasted out or whatever, right? Not all of these symptoms all the time are Ascension symptoms. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up here pretty quick. There may be a lot of people overcoming disillusionment too. Okay, so my intention was to make this video 5 minutes. I'm trying. Um, with the intention to overcome the disillusionment, that's like facing everything. And so this can be really difficult for you because you have these rude awakenings. So these rude awakenings can really make you want to contract and shrink if it's something negative about you, where you've seen that you were out of alignment, or you were wrong, or you did something against somebody, or um, the ways, the things you're not proud of, right? So this is the stuff we're waking up to recognize, our negative egos like to shield us from us ever being in the wrong, or from us ever being part of the problem, right? But really, we're starting to look and see where we have been out of alignment with our greatest good, where we have been less than our greatest contribution, which it's fine. Nobody's expecting us to be perfect. It's just that we feel good when we are in a really good state with ourselves and kind of streaming from our spirit rather than operating from just a ego level at this third dimensional level, right? So anyways, these are the symptoms right now, and I will be back with some more videos soon. If you have not joined me on Locals yet, please come over to the Locals Network. I post there, and I have a membership over there as well that I post some. It's just for them too, or just for members. And I've also got some classes and a lot of new stuff coming up on my website. So be sure to sign up for my newsletter and be able to know when I release new products and things like that. So, anyways, much love, family. I hope you have a fabulous beginning of 2024. Hang in there. I know it's tough. I've got more videos about what we're going through now coming up soon. Bye, fam.